Ladies and gentlemen, what is up and welcome to episode number 8 of Rating Recap. I'm your host Gavin Garcia, aka Genos, One Punch Man. Um, Bringing you this hardcore serious episode, the one that we make up for because we skipped last week. Anyway, I'm joined by my usual co-host Mark Ricasio. How's it going, Mark?
Hey, it's been 2 weeks since I've been on here, but I'm back. And I'm back. My name is Mark, aka Strize, aka XX Soulman, aka Destiny,
Nice.
and it's been back.
Baz Kolo, yeah.
Oh, Baz Kalo.
Alright, and then we're joined by our special guest, Jonathan. Jonathan, why don't you give them an introduction for people that don't watch?
Hey, it's Jonathan, aka Grotraz, aka Dragnell.
Nice. Alright, as I do every week, I've created a list of topics for us to discuss, and at the end, you guys are open to have discussion. Anyway, let's get started. Rating is seen to the public as a hardcore thing that dictates a person as an elitist and separates them from casual. In your opinion, is rating fun, and what is the reward for you?
Raiding is fun, in my opinion, because you get to kill bosses that no one else in the world is probably going to see. Because they don't play a World of Warcraft like we do.
It's because they're casuals.
Exactly. That answers Gavin's questions pretty much.
So you guys just
And-
enjoy murdering things?
Yeah,
Nice.
more often than not.
Nice. What about, so do you just like the challenge because it's kind of like a leaderboard? Like, I'm a little fuzzy on that.
Oh no, I just like killing bosses.
I like killing
It's
stuff.
it's the loot based aspect of getting loot.
I like
It
also
works.
seeing.
Was that
like-
go on?
I like seeing DPS meters.
No, that too. I think it works on a lot of the human aspects of addiction.
Yeah? The
I haven't tried
competitive-
crack before, but I would imagine that's what crack would be.
Oh shit, you ready for digital, man.
Whoa.
Hold on.
So the hype episode right here.
Oh, man. So,
So if Jonah, Jonah, you I'll see you tonight, Jonah.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how addicted are you to rating?
Not really.
Not really.
I mean, once I
Or
get
it
into
depends. It depends. If you're killing stuff, like if you're always downing stuff like every time you raid, then it's pretty addicting. But then like if you keep wiping like 20 times on the same boss every week, it's like fuck.
Yeah, so you
You get
just
depressed after.
so you're just trying to chase that high is what you're getting at, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like when you're good, when you're on that come down, you want to pop another, and hopefully you'll be good for another raid.
Take some orange juice, some Vicks maybe.
So what motivates you to keep like pugging? Like,
Oh, it's only because we don't get to raid 24/7, so I get to raid 24/7 and whenever I pug.
so you
Fills in the gap.
so you just want to fill in that addiction just to get that little puff, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that puff.
Nice. What about you, Jonathan?
So when I pug, shit, actually I don't know. I don't really pug because it's not as fun.
Yeah.
Because you're like you join like their Discord or whatever, and then you just sit there quiet and you like listen to their instructions. Like you get all nervous, like, oh, what if you fuck up, man?
Yeah, and you just stay there until they kick you, pretty much, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. For me, my driving force for rating is mainly just exploring this like leadership side of me, which is like a lot of fun. It's like a different side that I barely had the chance to explore.
Yeah.
And then also getting loot for me is like super important. Like I don't care about ahead of the curve as much as most of the
Getting
other
loot?
people. Yeah, I care more.
Does it make
about-
you feel good inside? Like does it work on that neural aspect of reward?
Yeah, it's a psychological aspect where it's risk versus reward. So
Risk reward, so it's double the risk for half the reward.
yeah, well, time investment wise, it's really cool to see how much time you invest and you compare to other people.
Ah, I see.
I think especially for the beginning of the expansion, like I like to see myself versus other people on my server who are of the similar class
Yeah.
and gearing out as much as possible. So that's really cool.
Does it Does it fill in that ego that need to be better than the other person?
Yeah, that
Like if you
that
see like
Asian
some
measure.
random scrub, well, it's a Christian podcast, but if you see some random demon hunter who is the same level as you, probably just being level 110, and you've been waiting for the past year and a half, you compare gear. He says, "Wow, dude, you're pretty good at this game, I bet." How does that make you feel?
Yeah, dude, I tell him try again next expansion, kid.
Oh,
Like you're never gonna get on my level, so you might as well quit now.
oh.
Nah, that's very selfish. But I mean,
No, dude,
we've all been there. We've all been there where it's been like, yeah, this guy can't even touch me. Like,
You guys are
I don't know-
scrub.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
you've never had that, Mark, where it's like with Davis, where he's like super
Whoa.
below you as a monk.
Whoa.
And you're like, why the hell are you even playing this class? Man, we're just flaming everyone today. This is spicy, dude.
It's a drama-free podcast right here.
Yeah, this is all for fun.
I
Yeah,
remember when I was a stand-in in MOP, and then you had your friend Hunter.
Oh,
Stark.
Oh, that was yeah, dude. I was pretty mad. And then when you guys needed me to down Elegon, and then you downed it like the first try, top DPS. Oh, dude. I was like, why do you
Oh,
have
I-
Starks in your
I
freaking
recall
raid?
that.
Yeah, I think. Well, that was a time when I didn't know how to raid lead at all. But
You mean
now I know.
community,
Yeah, but now I know how to like create a community.
friendship management?
Yeah, yeah. Keeping relations. If you guys ever want to go dinner with me and I'm available, dude, I'm down.
You want to go digital?
I think I have I think I have Jonah standing in for me on that. All right, we'll move on to the next topic. That was hype. On the show we mentioned a little thing called min-maxing. To you, what is min-maxing and how do you maintain this high level?
Didn't you ask this question before?
Yeah, but I want Jonathan's answer.
Oh.
Mainly.
Mid-maxing.
Yeah, so it's sort of like the art of making sure your character is as powerful as possible.
How do I maintain it?
Yeah.
You just do mythics, and you just like do mythics. You clear, maybe do LFRs, maybe, or normal pug normals, and then when you raid with the normal group, they do like heroics and then mythics later. But I think it's all just like repeating dungeons and shit.
Doesn't that get like hella annoying though? Because I know for me,
Yeah,
yeah,
at the beginning it's not as bad, like when an expansion comes out, because you wanna, push your item level to get higher so you can clear stuff. But then like when you start progressing through raids, and then when stuff gets a little bit too hard or harder, it kind of gets kind of tiresome.
yeah. Yeah, like min-maxing for me, I don't know. I think out of everyone in the group, I'm probably, or out of the hardcore people in the group, I'm probably the lowest min-maxer. Like I mainly, I don't know. I try to make myself just good enough. Like I remember when Jonah came to raid with me, he was like, "How do you maintain your character?" And I was like, "Oh, I just do world quests and I get my mythic keystone done because I'm already good enough to push mythic on my character. There's no like." If I grind for like one more item level or something like that, it's not gonna make a huge difference because I'm
What
already.
if it does? I feel like it does sometimes.
Well, I mean, as long
You know,
as
all those percent kills
All
you
that
got.
extra item level.
yeah. Well, in my opinion, I think it's more important to get comfortable with your class and learn all the little tidbits of your class. Because I bet you, I remember in Miss Pandaria, when Mitch was playing his paladin Punani Panda,
Shit, I'm gonna. Yeah.
which is relevant. And then I would go on my fresh heroic geared paladin tank this, and we'd go into LFRs, and I'd spank his ass in fucking DPS.
I was spank his ass.
But I mean, it's just because I knew all the tidbits of the class, so I think it's mainly more. I think it's more important spending time with your class, and at the very least, reading your entire spell book and learning all your cooldowns, and knowing when to push for DPS in a fight and when to worry about survival. Basically, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, do you have a comment about min-maxing?
Nah, dude.
Nah, you good. You're just the
I have
best.
I have a comment on you spanking his ass though. How did that feel like?
Got you, boss. Got you, based.
I mean, it was one of those where it felt good, but at the same time too, like he's my friend and I want to help him out. So we spent a lot of time like working on his rotation. I remember I sat down with him, Davis, and Eugene on 3 separate occasions, and like we would literally spend the whole night, like me watching their rotation and then talking them through about sensory things.
I see.
Basically,
That's very
like
good.
yeah, basically like cooldown cues and how to maintain dots and stuff.
How did you keep your composure?
It's honestly really rewarding for me to just play with friends. So
I see.
so the aspect of thinking that eventually they're gonna be really good players is really cool. I mean, obviously most of them fell out of flavor on World of Warcraft, but
That happens from time to time.
yeah, you can't.
You know what they say?
What do they say, Mark?
They always come back.
To the Digidestin.
Whoa.
All right, we'll move on to the next topic. We hit roadblocks and low points in our raiding careers and stray away from pushing to the next level. What is your mindset when we just can't seem to kill a boss?
Oh, when we just can't kill a boss, I mean, I get sad because we just can't kill the boss, but most of the time I mean, it's a game.
Yeah.
I just tab out, watch a video, and reset.
You like to just piss
Oh,
me
what kind
off.
of video? A relaxing video?
Some ASMR.
Oh, dude.
Whoa.
Your orgasm. Your gasm. Poggers. Oh shit.
Poggers?
Anyway, yeah, so do you guys like to just piss me off? Because I know that a lot of times you guys just do things to annoy me. When I'm busy.
Like
Can you
what?
give an example?
Like, I remember one time Jonathan kept using this mount thing, or this toy thing, and like anytime I would talk, he would just cue his mic and go. I mean, that was a time where I was like super hardcore into raid leading. I mean, nowadays I don't that stuff probably wouldn't bother me as much. But oh man, I remember those days. You remember that, Jonathan?
I remember those days. They were fun days. I remember the swap toy when we were killing that fungal guy,
Oh my gosh!
and then I'd swap people into the acid.
Yeah, Bracken Spore. Yeah, before the portals.
Yeah. Oh, that was the best back then. And then they nerfed that item.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they gave it a longer cooldown. Oh, that was some good times. What about you, Mark? So your mindset is just let's get back on topic. But your mindset is it's just a game.
For what? Oh, why we mess with you?
No, when we get stuck.
Oh. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's part of the game. Like, you're gonna have some good points where you kill everything, but there's the growing pains of not being able to kill stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you normally push through it? Do you just keep signing on every week? Like a perfect example would probably be Imperator Margok, right? Because we spent like 3 weeks on that.
Oh,
I
when we
remember
couldn't
that
kill him?
boss.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
we just couldn't down it, and we just kept pushing through it until we finally hit
But
that
then-
breaking point.
Yeah, but when we did kill it, it felt so good.
Yeah,
It was rewarding.
Yeah, it was.
It's like any struggle in life, man. I think. I mean, this is more a video game type reason, but you're not gonna be able to do things perfectly on the first go.
yeah. So do you think that no matter what, like as long as everyone keeps playing, you'd be still playing World of Warcraft even to this day?
Well, probably, yeah. More than likely, if I was having fun.
What about you, Jonathan? Would you still be playing, like even to this day?
Yeah, I think so. If everyone plays, but then if everyone just decides to like, oh, I don't want to play anymore, then it's like, okay, I have no reason to play.
Yeah, it's all about the bonds. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is your opinion when we get stuck, Jonathan? Like, do you just like to mess around, or
Dude, it sucks. Like, I get depressed.
yeah?
It's like, why are we stuck on this boss when everyone else is killing it? So if I don't know, but it feels like sometimes some other people in the group don't try hard.
Yeah.
Like DPS wise, me, Angelo, Mark, probably like top 5, top 3 all the time. And then there's other people that's like, how come you're not pulling numbers, or how come you're not doing the mechanics right? Then at the same time, it's like you can't really blame them.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely really depressing, especially when like you and Angelo are doing the mechanic, and then you guys are still like beating out the other DPS. But you know,
That's more bragging rights.
maybe that just speaks to your guys' character.
Yeah, I remember Magma, my first time raiding. That was fun.
Yeah, because no one could do that mechanic.
I had to do worms.
Dude, that was hype. Yeah, for me, my mentality, I usually get like really, really stuck and really, really sad. Like almost to the point of insanity. Like, do you guys remember my
Whoa.
Elegon drawing thing? Or like even my Orgagorger drawing? Because we
Whoa.
just couldn't figure out how to do that stupid
I'm
thing.
pretty sure you pronounced that wrong.
Orgagorger? Orgagorger?
Orcagorger.
Orgorger.
I don't know. Yeah, because
Oh, is that
Gorgeous.
the?
He
Is
gorgeous
that
on
the Is that the one that launches you in the air?
no, it's the one in that one maze room. And,
Oh, okay, I remember that one. Yeah, okay.
yeah, then no one could dodge it.
Yeah.
And I remember I had to micromanage everybody on that fight because no one freaking understood it. Yeah,
Yeah, that was fun though.
so usually I'll come up with a strategy. I mean, to this day, I mention this almost like every episode, but Blast Furnace is like my biggest regret for not killing him. Like I'm really sad that we didn't kill Black Hand on that current expansion.
We had trouble. Yeah, Blast Furnace was hard.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things, and I should have spent a lot more time watching the fight, and maybe just pushing us to our limit already, like spending like a full month on him or something. Oh well. All right, you know what? That's whatever. It's the game. We'll move on to the next topic. I always have this ideal dream that the group needs to be all of us friends together every week to kill some bosses. In the past, as soon as someone leaves or the group becomes stale, we tend to crumble and disband. For you, how important is it to play with this core of friends, and what advice do you give me for letting people quit when they want to?
Just let them quit when they want to.
Just
No,
let
I
him
mean-
quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't
Yeah.
just don't worry about the bonds. Just be like,
If they're not having fun, they're not gonna perform well.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah, that's a good mindset, man. But so how important is it to play with friends? Like, Mark, would you be playing if Jonovan didn't play next expansion or something like that?
I mean, if a good majority, 75% of them still played, I mean, or 50, I'd still be playing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
But-
say 75%. I'd still
If-
play.
If there's less, then I mean, I'd still probably play just to check stuff out, but not as hardcore.
yeah. So kind of like the group, like how we did two separate groups, sort of, right? Past expansion.
I think, yeah.
Like it was me and
Yeah,
Jonah, and then like you guys had like 75% of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was still fun.
So on that
Minus Beanie's guy.
on that note, like what advice, or is there any qualities of my raid leading style or leadership that you guys think could improve on, or you guys would like to see?
Uh,
I want the old tank disc from Cataclysm days. That was fun.
Or where it was just all lax and like not knowing
Yeah.
anything. It's like,
But we were still like downing shit.
fuck, that was hype.
That was the best.
I think it's because I didn't care enough about the game at that point.
I want the angry tank this back.
You're the one from like
Uh,
freaking Warlords
I
of
miss the old
Draenor.
tank this.
I want the Monka Giga one.
Choji Giga. Alright, well you guys suck at giving advice. We'll move on to the next topic.
Come on, bro.
If you could make a new class for World of Warcraft, what would it look like and what kind of role would it be?
It'd be a tinker class.
A tinker?
Shoots rockets, lasers, little robots.
Like in Dota, right?
It's like a cancer class.
I don't know.
So what kind of role would that class play, Mark?
A ranged DPS.
Would it be like a pet-based tinker or?
No, just a tinker-based tinker.
It's literally like a 3-spell class hero.
It does its own thing where it's you know how there's magical stuff nowadays, like mages and all that. There's not enough
Oh,
mechanical engineering kind of stuff.
yeah, like a goblin gnome sort of hybrid
Yeah.
thing, right?
Like some mech class. Oh, that'd be pretty sick, honestly.
Oh,
Whole mech class.
dude, that would be really cool. Like kind of like a Demon Hunter meta, right? Like you just suit
Yeah.
up or something.
Yeah. But instead of suiting up. Oh yeah, you're right. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. What about you, Jonathan? What kind of?
I think a race change.
What kind of class? I think I'd go. Fuck, I don't know, dude. I'm trying to think of like some anime, but nothing comes to mind right now.
What would you play? Like if you, like if Blizzard was like, Grotraz, we need you to come up with the next class. We need the next hype thing.
Next type thing. Fuck. I think it'd be. I think it'd be some gunslinger class.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like even though there's like already guns, but it would be more like gadgets and stuff.
Like a dual wield pistol class.
Yeah, like something straight from Maple Story or something.
Oh, that'd be.
Like you get to
Oh.
ride a boat or something.
Like a gunslinger.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. What would be like? What would be like your main rotation on that?
You spam quad fire, and then your cooldown is like that boat, and then you go on that boat for like 30 seconds or whatever.
This is what Outlaw Rogue should have been, yeah.
Yeah.
You just get like a bolt mount and you just freaking gut them down. That'd be super sick. Alright, for me, I think that a class that I would want is I would want like a tanking class that's kind of like a dragoon with like a lance where you like impale your opponents and you sweep it and all that.
Whoa.
Oh,
What game you talking about, man?
Right, that'll be sick. And like your big cooldown would be like an astral projection that duplicates all your spells and parries.
oh,
Oh, that would be sick. Also,
that's like the Night Lords
also
Maple Story.
yeah. Also, another concept that I had with it was like anytime the boss auto attacks or something, you have to press an ability to parry it. So it'd be like a high risk class where you take like a lot of damage if you mess up, but if you play it perfect, you take like no damage.
Oh, so it's a counter class, like hit from.
It's like a glass cannon.
Yeah, exactly. I would want that sort of thing. I mean, I know that probably wouldn't be ideal for things such as progression rating and all that, but that would be super sick.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on to the final topic. Tell me about a time where you skipped something IRL in order to raid.
Shit.
I remember when I had a girlfriend before, she wanted to go out and eat, and then I said no, I'm raiding, and then she got really mad.
And that's why she's an X. No.
Yeah. It's like, leave me alone, I'm raiding.
That's hypey, man. What about you, Mark? Have you ever skipped anything IRL in order to read?
Shoot. Trying to think now. I mean, not so much back when we were in Damien, but when I was younger, when I was raiding by myself,
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably skip like a bunch of family gatherings just to play games.
Yeah, like family parties and all that.
Yeah, I was like, I'd rather be killing bosses right now. So, I mean, that did not bode well for my parents, but whatever. That was back then.
Right, because they gotta keep up relationships, yeah. Like, oh, look how successful Mark is. I
True
mean,
that.
for me, also, it was mainly just family parties. Like, there hasn't really been anything like major that I skipped. I mean, I've never skipped like, I don't know, like a dinner with my girlfriend or something like that.
Because you already have it like scheduled out, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open about playing video games with her. Like, I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna be playing video games from this time to this time. And it's like, oh, okay. I guess we'll go out for dinner now then. It's like, even though it's like sarcastically mad, it's like, okay, well, I'm happy with it, so I got nothing to complain against.
Nice. Living the life.
Yeah, la vida loca.
Living La Vida.
Alright, well, that's the end of the topics that I've made. Do you guys have any topics that you guys like to discuss or bring up?
Yeah. Um, so when are you coming down over here?
Next month.
May 9?
No, not next month. June 9.
Oh, sick.
Nice.
Yeah.
You gonna hold a tournament?
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
What are your plans?
What tournament?
A Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. I might do fighters also. That'd be pretty fun.
Oh yeah, you should do
Whoa.
fighters, man.
Dude, enough of our friends are into fighters. That's why.
Oh, shoot.
I'm a little bit scared of Jonah. I don't know what he's doing.
Alright, Jonah's hid in the lab, dude.
He's in digital right now.
He's putting on his war paint for digital.
He's making sure he has his mask on right.
He's making his candy.
Oh, dude. Alright, well, is there anything WoW related you guys want to talk about?
No, not really.
Alright. So I mean, I
Oh,
server wise, do you guys really care, or you guys don't really care as long as we're all together?
as long as I'm having fun, dude, I don't really mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think we should pick a server soon, though.
What server are you thinking?
I don't know. I'd like everyone to stay at, come to kill Jaden or something. At least a PST server, so we don't have that recruitment issue that we had that you guys had in Mal'Ganis.
I want a high pop server where like people are funny, so you can just sit in like the cities.
Yeah, and just read trade chat all day.
Yeah.
Like the read a book.
Because there's always that one person from like Spinebreaker or whatever who's always just like trolling the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Johnny Reefer was that guy before, yeah.
Who?
Johnny Reaper.
Like I used to live in trade chat. That's freaking funny. That's gonna be Mark tonight. No. Alright. Well, that's the end of the show. Catch you on next one. Peace.